So now we're going to look at some of the architecture of the area. And we're so located in Genie, and we're looking at the terracotta buildings from this area. And they're important to look at because they have a connection to Morocco. So the terracottas from the inland Niger Delta were created during particularly a turbulent century of the Mali Empire. During the 15th and 16th century, the empire of Sungay arose along the Niger Bend, and this is where the river, kind of curves a bit and slows down. So it was built along this area and also the conquered lands formerly known as Mali. During the 6th century, Mali's cities on the Niger were raided by soldiers from Morocco, and that's how we have our connection to Morocco. So linked to Moroccan models, but infused with Mande architectural traditions, these homes were prototypes for the distinctive and domestic houses found in Genie today. And so I'm showing here the facade of an adobe house from Genie, Mali, and we attributed this to the Sungay builders sometime after the 16th century. So contemporary Genie dwellings constructed in the 17th century style are similar to the fortified households of central Morocco. Both are built from adobe brick plastered over with layers of mud. Though the Moroccan bricks are rectangular, well, the bricks made in Genie are oval. They both have multiple stories, an inner courtyard, formal reception room on the upper story, and flat roofs to be used as additional working space. And this is very different from the other buildings in the area, which are usually only one story with an attic, and they're not as elaborately laid out as these buildings that were influenced by the Moroccan style. We can look at the Great Mosque here from Genie, Mali, founded in the 13th century. It's been rebuilt a couple of times, and actually you're going to read about this for your quiz, so I'm not going to go into it in too much detail here, but the Great Mosque of Genie is one of the most important adobe buildings of all of Africa. According to Arab accounts, the first version of the mosque was constructed during the late 13th century when the king of Genie converted to Islam. He erected the mosque on the site of his palace so that the new building absorbed the religious and political power of old social order. And this, as I said, has been rebuilt a couple of times. It is made out of mud. It's adobe. So when they have the rainy season, then every year they have to repair it. So the first two versions of it, they didn't repair so well. Now this is really kept pretty well, although with global warming, they've had some more monsoon kind of rain in recent years, and there has been some significant damage to it that has had to be fixed, and time will tell what happens with global warming. So next what I'm showing you here are the circles of monoliths, and this is from Wazoo, Gambia, ancient Mali, 8th to the 15th century. So some of these funerary mounds are covered or encircled with small stones, as shown here. So the best documented are those of Rayo, whose cemeteries were used during the 8th through the 14th century. One containing the remains of a young person wearing 138 gold rings, a silver necklace, and a spectacular chest ornament of gold. And In this area, links between past and present populations are difficult to make in particularly southern Senegal and eastern Gambia, which were part of the Mali Empire. Some 817 tombs have been noted in this region, each encircled by polished volcanic monoliths, are in the form of the curved or rectangular blocks that I'm showing you here. Some are particularly bisected, giving them the appearance of two adjoining pieces. The grave circles were evidently erected over a very broad period of time, from the beginning of the Christian era to the 16th century.